Tottenham versus Chelsea.
Minor thing.
My brain's going.
Tunnel vision.
I need a VAR masterclass tonight.
Penalty and the red card!
I think it'll probably be close in 2-1. I think they will never play as bad as they've been playing because of the magnitude of this game.
Tottenham are down to and it all falls down.
I can get cooked because I know we won't.
Hey, goodbye.
If he goes and plays Nicholas Jackson up front, I think that's a lot easier for Spurs.
It's a madness! Nico Jackson has scored a hat-trick!
I can get cooked because I know we won't.
When it all falls down. Oh God, man. When it all falls down. There you go.
Just get VAR out of football. Like, look, we've all had our moments in you know, laughing at other managers or laughing at other teams when it gets done to them. But what I saw today was just ridiculous. It's just too inconsistent. It doesn't matter what competition it is, whether it's flipping the Premier League, whether it's the Champions League, it's just an absolute joke.
All right, welcome along to the weekend preview, the show where we preview all of the games that are going to be taking place this weekend, right? Let me introduce to you our panel for today. On my right-hand side, we have Flex United View representing Manchester United. How you doing, bro? Good.
Robbie, I feel sick.
Welcome in there, welcome. We got Matisse in the building. Round of applause.
Yes, Matisse. Yes, Matisse. Nah, he deserves this. Yes.
And Doyle's in the building.
Come on, brother.
Yes, Doyle.
And you will notice, right, that one person is missing from today. Well, AGT's missing, but Doyle's replaced him today. But we've got no Abbi today. Now, this is a good reason. She is not very well today. I'm being serious. Seriously not well. So, Abbi, get well soon. We hope that, you know, you'll be much better for Monday, on a serious note. However, that doesn't mean, Abbi, that you're not going to get cooked today. You are getting cooked today, right? So, even though you're not well, even though, you know,
She can watch from home. She can watch in bed. She's probably watching right now.
She's probably watching right now in bed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Abbi, you're going to get cooked. Just, you know how it is. Just before we get into everything, let me just say that we've teamed up with Opta to do this really good thing that we've been doing, these player ratings, right? So to get involved with the Opta new player ratings feature on their Opta Max and Opta 5 games, as part of this, we're going head-to-head on DR Sports playing Opta Max, where you have to correctly predict the player of the match in 5 of the weekend's Premier League fixtures, and we're going to be doing that today. This week, we're going to be picking from these following games: Wolves versus Tottenham Hotspurs, Crystal Palace versus Everton, Brighton versus Sheffield United, West Ham versus Nottingham Forest, and Chelsea, big game, versus Manchester City. If you correctly predict the player of the match in all 5 games, then a huge cash prize could be yours. This week, it's $6,500, which is up for grabs. And if no one wins it, it's rolled over and increased by $500. You accumulate points throughout the weeks, and the top 5 in the overall leaderboard at the end of the season will win a share of $12,000. So, you don't want to miss out on this. It's free to play. The new Opta rating is a score attributed to each player out of 100, which is calculated by an algorithm indicating how well the player has performed during the game. I wonder what Romero got on Monday. Right? The ratings range from 20. Oh, I know. Now I know. The ratings range from 20, so he must have got a 20, to 100, with 60 viewed as average. Just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description to join the DR Sports League. Please do it now, and you can go up against us and others on DR Sports and all other subscribers. It's free to play. It doesn't cost a penny. So free to play. You can play it wherever you are around the world. So sign up right now. And as I said, we're going to be going through 5 games. I don't know where to start, man. Do I start, by going back to the, because I know this is a preview. We're going to be looking ahead, but we also got to look a little bit back. So there's the game on Monday. There's the Champions League games last night.
God damn.
What's your,
God damn.
I ain't even got a coin to.
I think you start with the soon. I think you start with the most like. That's,
No. Let me start. Yeah, let's start with the. You want to get it over and done with.
I do want to get over and done
so
with. So
let's start with last night's game: Manchester United versus FC Copenhagen. Ladies and gentlemen, before though we do that, let me just read out a statement. Yeah, because there were some statements being read out on Monday. I've got another statement.
Oh my God.
Right. This statement on behalf of DR Sports. Statement reads, last night on November the 8th at approximately 10:30 p.m, one of our contributors had some strong comments regarding a match that their team was playing in. Even though these comments were made on United View, we at DR Sports stand fully behind Flex in his frustration with the officials. While we acknowledge that Marcus Rashford's challenge was a blatant red card offence, we also acknowledge that this was an emotionally charged evening for Flex and the United View family, given the state of their club at this current time. Therefore, we will support him through this tough time, and we understand his delusional outbursts and overall biased outlook are part of the grieving process, realising that your team isn't what it once was. There will be no further comment on this time, and that has been written on behalf of DR Sports. So thank you very much for that statement.
Very well said, man.
Very well said. And actually, I did also receive an email today. I received an email from the PGMOL. Yeah? And let me just read out this email.
Different governing body, mate, UEFA.
Right? It said, we at the PGMOL were pleased on Monday to hear the support that we received from both Flex and Abbi Summers. However, we are disappointed to learn that since then, and the following games that have taken place involving Tottenham and Manchester United, they have adopted the Mikel Arteta stance of sympathising with us 1 week, then criticising us when decisions don't seem to go their way. We hope that in the future they will show a greater empathy towards our hard-working referees and VAR operatives, both here in the UK and in Europe. Signed, Howard Webb.
Do you know what? I'm glad you ate that soup this morning.
Right? You went, full Mikel Arteta. You on Monday, you sat here, you slagged off Arteta. You said 2 weeks ago, Arteta, you were defending this thing. You were saying the referees, give them a chance, this, that. You were saying that. You were saying, the refs have a hard time. Then I see you.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said that's what your manager said.
I see this man last night in one almighty rant about VAR, how you want to get rid of it, how the referees, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And let's be real. I've watched there are some decisions in there but the one with Rashford, I get why United fans are frustrated because he hasn't done it deliberately. But it doesn't have to be deliberate, Flex. It is a red. In my opinion, I think it is a red. I don't know what you guys
Studs went into the side of the ankle.
Yeah,
and that's
so he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it deliberately.
Yeah,
but I feel it's a red. I don't know what you think.
I'm emotional and angry at the time because everything's going perfect, we're doing everything right.
2-0 up,
and then those are the reds where it's like football people say he hasn't even made a challenge. He wasn't out of control. He wasn't reckless. He wasn't high. He's caught him high, but he's going to put his foot there, and the guys to shield the ball, and then the Denmark player, the Copenhagen player, has put his foot there, and that meant Rashford stepped on it. It wasn't the other way around. So I get it, but he's caught him high, and whenever you show that freeze frame and you send that referee over there,
it's over.
It's always going to be over.
I would like to see a point in football where we can look at red cards like those ones and say
Common sense.
It's the same way like when they go to jump up and or they go to protect the ball and there's a trailing arm and it catches them. They don't usually tend to give reds for that because they're going, he's just trying to control the ball. Was it the Reece James one?
No, but the reason why, lad, is because that won't break a leg. I don't know if you remember a few months
break a
ago.
jaw.
Do you see Marcelo? He broke a poor lad's leg doing the exact same thing. It's shielding the ball, lad. That's what he's doing. He's trying to guard the ball with his body and he's trying to stop it. But while he's doing that, he's being clumsy.
So is
lad,
every
and he could have broke
accident...
his leg.
But then I just think if we don't... I can see why it's a red. I can. But I think if we don't maybe try to look to take those out of the game, those types of reds, that means we're just going to keep punishing like just genuine accidents. And it's a contact sport. Just because somebody gets hurt, it doesn't always mean it's a red. That's what I'm saying. But listen... that is a 50-50. Well, it's probably more than a 50-50. So you're probably always going to get a red card for that in today's game.
Arguments of intent, aren't you? That's what you're saying. You're trying to bring intent into it.
People that have played football will be like,
exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Like even Sunday League, you're like, really? Red card? Like, what do you want me to do then? Do you want me to take my foot and make it disappear? Like, do you want me to not shield the ball and give away possession? Like, there's nothing Rashford can really do. He's not gone in maliciously. He's not even gone in.
He hasn't even made a challenge.
Intent or like.
Yeah,
you know
there's no
what I mean?
stamp. There's no.
But because of the way that it's been going this season, where any time you put your studs on anyone's ankle, you're out, then with the consistency, it is a red card. Which is what I'm saying, because we can go back to, you said Jones, I've had Gusto against Villa. We've had so many incidences this season where it's not malicious, it's not intent, but the person has their ankle, you know, that's the way they've landed on it. So you have to.
But that's like sometimes if there's like a clean tackle, but the follow through catches their ankle, and it's like
Romero though. Romero's on the weekend, for example, on Monday, deserved to be sent off in my opinion because he's went over the ball and he's hit the man on the ankle. So it's not the same type of tackle because there is intent in that one, but it's still a bad tackle, lad. Once you land on somebody's ankle like that, you have the potential to break their leg, lad. That's it. So when you see that angle, you just...
And that's the thing in football. There's a potential for many collisions to happen and for you to break many bones. That's football. It's a contact sport, and that's the thing where I'm a bit worried about. I get that whenever you slow that down or replay that, it's an accident, but you stepped on him. I agree. I agree. Right? In the end,
There was two other dodgy decisions I thought in that. The handball.
Free. There was free.
Because
there was an offside where their player was standing in front of Onana when they got the 2-1. Didn't even get looked at. That they get given all the time. Them ones didn't get given. Then obviously the penalties, all of the penalties, just all of them. Obviously they had to give us our one because they already gave that one. Then there was another one when the ball dropped out of the sky and it dropped on the guy's arm. Didn't even look at it. Like, I just don't want any of them to be handballs. Like, let's just play foot. Stop giving them as handballs. But they made it that we had to go and beg and cry for ours because they gave us one. But look, in that moment, I was like, there's a bigger discussion of like, we can all agree, of course, we all have our moments of laughing at the opposition fans because it's funny and stuff like that. And when it happens to you, this is what I was saying on the Monday thing. When it happens to you, of course it hits different. It's like anything in life. You can, if you tell me a struggle that you're going on, how I feel it, I'm gonna try to help you through it. But then it doesn't hit as if it happened to me. That's just human nature. So that I admit that. I 100% admit that. That has come out.
But can I say that's because these have been contentious. Like, they're not like absolute. Like Liverpool's actually pissed me off because Liverpool's was like clear. Like, it was clear, obvious. Like, you lot are taking a piss now. The rest of them have all been.
Arsenal's one weren't like that. Arsenal's one wasn't as obvious as that.
It's not on Monday. Right? It's on Monday, right? These men, right? When I'm trying to moan about the horrific decisions that went in that one moment. Right?
But they weren't that horrific.
But they were subjective.
They weren't.
They weren't. Yours weren't horrific.
Well, they were. There's a man standing offside in front of the goalkeeper.
You've admitted a red card.
I'm saying that's 50-50. Today's game, you're going to get it.
The two on the hands, under the rules.
That's why.
Under the current rules,
Robbie, that's why I'm wearing my hat. That's why I don't care. That's why I don't care.
Right, so listen, right, it's karma, right? And I'll tell you what else.
But we ain't written no statement.
Hold on.
Ten Hag just hold that. Everyone's writing hold that in there. Yeah, you hold that and you move on. There ain't no statement from Man United. There ain't none of these statements.
Wait a minute.
There ain't no crying like your manager.
Now, you lot were reading out statements on Monday.
Yeah,
You read a statement.
Because your club
You
did
read
it.
a statement,
Your
man.
club did it.
You read a statement.
Because of Arteta. My
But
club
you-
hasn't written a statement.
But you went
because
for
we just hold
Arteta.
it.
You did Arteta last night.
Okay, guys.
And also, right. I'll tell you what else is karma as well. Did you see when United went 3-2 up?
Yeah.
Cup in the ears.
Yeah.
Garnacho.
Shushing,
That was
shushing
silly.
the
This was
Copenhagen
silly.
crowd. And I was
You gotta
thinking
wait.
to myself, wait, you have to wait, bro.
Yeah, you do.
You have to
The
wait.
emotion
Especially
took
when
us.
you've got 10 men.
And you know what? Because you know what? That stand, yeah. That stand behind that goal where they did it to. Did you see how they took the piss out of us? Did you see the banner they had before the game?
No, I didn't.
No.
Someone on I don't know if you can do this quick enough, producers. Google it or whatever. They had a massive Tifo, a huge one, the whole length of the stand, big red thing. It said, "This is your theatre of nightmares." It had a painting of a devil on a bed, crying, and it had Copenhagen 1, Man United 0.
I love it.
I'd never seen anything like it. Bro, they took the piss out of us. So the players were charged up for it, and it was that stand. Then when the players were walking out, they lit it up. They set fire to it, essentially. It was red, all smoking. So they were...
And they were right.
And they were right.
It was the fear of
And
nightmares.
they were right. But in all honesty, that's what I mean. The VAR thing, I said my piece on that, and obviously it's not the right time to put it into the DR vid. It's about getting cooked. But if you actually see the whole video, the most of my video is cussing the players. The most of my video is the mentality, the fact that
you were 2-0 up, man, and
you've done a
cruising,
lot
man.
of good things in that game. A lot of good things. Even when you went down to 10 men, all right, you lost the lead. That shouldn't happen. Mentality, fragile, poor. Then Erik Ten Hag makes the right changes at half-time. Tactically, get it right. Get Eriksen out of there. Get Amrabat in there. Then we control the second half with 10 men, doing well at 2-2. Get the penalty. Then we then start to see it out. Win some fouls. Waste the clock down. Good game management. Then there's 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left. And it's like, I don't even want to swear. Yeah? These guys, I'm going to say, yeah? These guys decided, let's just start making some mistakes. Let's just start showing some mental vulnerability. That'll be
Here's
good.
the banner.
Look at that.
I love it, lads.
Look at that. Before the game, the Man United players walked out to that.
Wow.
Are you taking a piss?
No, you know what, yeah? Big up Copenhagen. Come on. That's what I'm talking about.
Look at the devil in
That
bed
is what
crying.
I'm talking about.
Bomb the devil.
Come on.
You know how much effort they had to go through to
Yo.
make that in that short
That's
space
wicked.
of time.
Don't
That
play
is
with them,
wicked.
you know.
That's incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
Danish. That's what you call Danish delight, bro.
Proper.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and they put our official badge. I hope someone charges them for copyright putting our proper badge on there as well.
Mad.
Is that Rooney getting skinned as well? It is, isn't it? That's Rooney getting smoked, lads.
No, but they got to play it called Rooney.
Listen,
So,
let me...
yeah, so basically, mentality-wise, I'm not... In overall thing, we didn't lose because of VAR. We didn't lose because of the red card. We lost because we were piss poor organisationally for a large for crucial bits of the game, and mentality-wise, we don't have it. I saw Liverpool go to St James's Park, 1-0 down, 10 men down, come back and won the game. I saw them pretty much a lucky own goal with 9 men. It did the right thing. That's how you hold on. Like, I've seen teams, any decent team that has something about them, don't not hold on in that moment, and that is us.
Right, we're gonna, just before we get into the other game that was a crazy game on Monday night, we still ain't even preview. We got all the games to preview. Don't worry, right? There's loads of super chats coming in. Antenna says we need to ask Flex, what was the dance move called? The dance move?
Not sure.
You
What was,
dancing?
what was the
You
dance move?
dancing?
I saw his
a little
imp-
shuffle. Well, because Hoyland was... Because when
was it?
Hoyland scored, he did that.
Okay.
little
Masum says, Flex, don't be sad. It happens. Chin up, bro. And those who are enjoying United's downfall must be sick like me. Long may it continue. Naveed says, Varane and Ten Hag beef is a worry.
Something's wrong, man.
David Eddy said you might need to open some windows in the studio. There's so much cooking going on, and it couldn't be more deserved. Flex, sing the United View intro. It's hard. Right? Gustiwi says, Abbi, are you okay? Okay. Abbi, are you okay? Are you okay? Abbi.
Abbi, are you
Hashtag
okay?
Jackson.
Abbi, are you okay?
Oh, Abbi, are you okay? Oh, I got it. Went straight over my head. It went straight.
Come on, tap in, Rob. Tap in.
Tap in. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Abbi, are you okay? Abbi, are you okay? Are you okay?
Like a smooth criminal. Hey, that's brilliant, man. Big up. Marlon says, will we ever see Flex with dry eyes again? Watching United is like rubbing onions on your face. Painful, and crying is inevitable.
Correct.
He says Copenhagen Bacon 4, United 3. I keep hearing Rashford wasn't a red card. How is his challenge any different to the ones of Jones, Gusto, Romero? He didn't get the ball, says Stefan.
He wasn't trying to
Eric
get the
says Chelsea 2, City 1, up the Chelsea. Oh, he's confident. Augustus Walter says, as nice as that package was, Abbi is a disgrace for not being to see it in person. Fuad, Flex, AGT, Matisse have all had to take lumps on the air. You can't get away with it. Listen, she is ill, and I know Abbi, she wouldn't duck it, right? So she is ill today. It's a genuine illness, and wishing her to get well soon.
She said she just got up. I'm sure they're cooking me. She says the cook-off is on Monday, because apparently Jason has organised that, so he's not letting her get away. She says, tell Ma I'm coming for him.
Okay, we got a message for her as well. Abbi, are you okay? Are you okay? LJ Brown says, Ma, don't let Abbi get away with it. And LJ Brown also says, PJ or LJ or whatever, talk to me when we lose. Robbie, tell that Chihuahua with a barbershop sprayed on his head to hold out after losing to a team that is second like a corner shop. It sounds like a corner shop cider. And Tennis says, let me clarify, that was Flex dancing yesterday right after United got the penalty, and he almost tweaked his ankle at the same time. Is that right?
That's a bit extra. I didn't do that.
And Kano says, production, what happened to Spurs versus Chelsea live stream? I want to rewatch it. I didn't know there was any problem with that. Matisse, it's your time, man. Before we get into the other previews.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit back.
The big game on Monday. There was a lot of talk. Obviously, big game on Monday night. There was a lot of talk because obviously we did the weekend roundup on the Monday before the show. Abbi was so confident. Expressions when we did Best of Enemies. So confident. In this studio, I think the only people who gave Chelsea a chance was obviously you, and I was sort of saying, I don't know, man. I think Chelsea could pull off something. Yeah. But when the game started off, I was thinking, hey, man, listen, these men are going to get cooked tonight. Because Spurs were all over you. Then, I think it was when Udogie got, like, he should have been sent off.
He went in wild.
Yeah. And then after that, Chelsea started attacking and started growing back into the game. And then, honestly, it was for the neutral watching that game, wonderful. It was a brilliant game.
But do you know what? Tottenham-Chelsea games are always brilliant. Yeah. Like, they're always proper bloodbaths, like battles. Like, even last season at the bridge with Conte and Tuchel with the handshake. And then you have Battle of the Bridge with Pochettino at the bridge as well. So the thing is, going into this game, one of my only big concerns, because I've said it before, and people are joking, but we've played well against Liverpool, we've played well against Arsenal in big games, where teams actually do give us a bit of space in behind. My biggest problem going into this game was the atmosphere and the occasion and the toxicity, and, you know, the Tottenham fans are all telling me when Pochettino comes out, we're going to boo him and we're going to cuss him. And now I'm hearing from Tobes, tapping Tobes.
Was it like that?
Apparently not. Apparently it was a bit just
we're
very
not really sure.
Needy, just meh.
He is our legend. Let's respect him.
Yeah, they weren't really committed
They're still in love
to
with him, lad. They're still in love with him.
So
secretly.
But that first 7 minutes where they scored and then they got the other goal from Son, which was offside, thankfully. Worst nightmare. I'm thinking we're going to get absolutely pounded.
All over you.
My team are crumbling on the big stage here, big occasion, a lot of pre-match hype going into it, fans and manager and quotes. And then what do I see? Tottenham players at 1-0 up, losing their heads. Udogie, 2-footed tackle. Whoosh! I call him Air Udogie. Do you know what I'm saying? That man came rushing in like a tornado. Bang! Took out my player. I said, what? Are you dumb? Then, later on, Romero. We've scored, by the way. Caicedo's put in an absolute rocket launcher. And by the way, this guy, he was the catalyst for us getting back into the game. People talk about, we've overpaid 100%. Why did we battle Liverpool this way for Caicedo? This is the reason. He is a top player. And he was kind of holding Enzo's hand in that game because Enzo wasn't great. But Caicedo put in a serious performance. He was the one that was getting us back on ascendancy. And then Chelsea fans have reminded me so many times from minute 7 to minute 33, This is where we were playing well, 6 shots, and Chelsea were really starting to get back into the game with 11 versus 11.
Exactly.
And then Romero, red card.
This
guy, he just lost his head. Like,
he should have been sent off for the first one.
Yeah, he should have been sent off for the first one. His fellow countryman, he just takes him out. And again, once your studs are on that part of the ankle, you're gone. Yeah. Cole Palmer.
And he meant it as well.
Yeah, no, that was...
exactly.
He did, yeah. He's crazy.
He looked like he wanted to hurt somebody, lad. That's the question with Romero, right? I do think he's a good defender sometimes, but the intent with him, sometimes he looks like he genuinely wants to hurt the football player, lad.
What's wrong with him, man?
It's too much, lad.
He's a rich player. He's got that switch that can just
unhinged.
Too much, lad.
And I've been telling people about Cole Palmer. This game,
he's proper.
Bro, in this game, the magnitude, and he just... off the post and in, and shushes, and I said, hey, we're back. And I start thinking about, you said...
nearly saved it, though.
He nearly saved it, but he put it in. And I'm thinking to myself, expressions. What he said about Jackson. What Abbi said about Jackson. Everybody said about Jackson. And I said, if this guy today, if he could turn up, if he could get some goals... Action Jackson, they've been calling him Jack Shawai. Do you know what I'm saying? They've been calling him every name under the sun. Action Jackson. And it didn't start off well. He missed some chances. I'm going to get to Chelsea in a minute. That high line that Postecoglou was playing, absolutely insane.
Suicide.
People are praising this. People are praising Tottenham. Listen, Chelsea didn't come out of this game, glitz and glamour. However, Tottenham do not come out of this game well at all outside of that first 7 minutes because they were awful. Losing your heads and then ridiculous tactics as well. 9 men and you're playing with this high line on the halfway line, leaving all this space.
It's ridiculous.
What are you doing?
When
giving us the game.
When Liverpool was at Tottenham, right?
They parked
it up and they nearly pulled it off. If you remember, Tottenham scored literally the last kick of that.
And it was an own goal.
And
we scored
it was an own goal with Matisse, wasn't it? Right? And I was saying this to a Tottenham fan on Tuesday, and he's going, but it's the same outcome. I go, no, you can't say that, because I go, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd actually be upset with that game, right? Because you actually had a chance to do... remember when that time when you beat us 8-2, and to this day, them man will say,
we could have
won
by more.
You look back on that.
We could have set a record,
and you're like, we could have actually scored like a 9.
One
of those results where forever and ever, amen.
You never forget.
You can mention it and say,
put it on a t-shirt.
A 4-1.
Remember we beat you 9, or remember when we beat you 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And that's where you kind of let them off the hook, right? But
100%.
I agree with you. The high line with 9 men, right? Honestly, I was like, when I heard this being praised, I'm like, now I get this Postecoglou loving, right? You know what I mean? The man to me is an Australian Bielsa, right? But not as good. I'm sorry, but not as good. Because this is all out attack. It's mad.
It does prove that Ange has no plan B.
That's madness.
Or he doesn't want to have a plan B.
He's stubborn, just like De Zerbi, in the fact that.
But you're not gonna.
If it's 10 men, do you know what? I've seen it before. I've seen 10 men still outplay 11. It's 9 men, and this is 9 men, and this is why I won't go over the top with Chelsea. I think, funnily enough, I was
they did nearly put it back to 2-2.
I was more impressed with Chelsea in the first half than in the second half.
Yeah.
You have no Udogie, you have no Romero, you have no Van de Ven, you have no Maddison.
Yeah.
You have 4 key players missing.
You got Dyer and Højbjerg.
Højbjerg and Emerson Royale have come on. And you are playing the highest line against the team that struggle against low blocks and do better against high lines.
Yeah.
And you know what? It should have been 9-1. You're right. And I was actually pissed. In my watch-along, I was fuming. I was like, you lot have the opportunity to set a record in Premier League history, and you're not taking advantage. Because a 4-1,
how many times did they have one-on-ones? How many times if they just timed their run better?
Yeah.
Right?
Time your run.
Yeah, I mean,
this is why it's not a good tactic from Ange when they say, but we nearly got in at 2-2. Yeah, but you gave Chelsea 700 million chances.
You should have lost 9-1.
Like, you know what I mean?
The game should have been
exactly, and everybody knows like this Chelsea side, and I've learnt more because we do this now, and we get to hear more intently from the other clubs when you say. We cannot play against a low block. I've heard you say that so many times. And then I've seen it with my own eyes. Look at Brentford, how they got the joy.
Nottingham Forest.
Forest. That's how you beat Chelsea. Especially when they're young, they're naive, and they are rash, and they're still trying to build as a squad. Like, they would have absolutely struggled with that. Chelsea would not have known what to do if Ange would have had a back five and 3 centre midfielders tight in there. They would have got... Because look how frustrated Chelsea were at 9. Rushing, getting too anxious, playing it too fast.
4 people offside.
Yeah. But if you keep doing that was going to happen.
Yeah, we were so valiant against Tottenham, and we did the right thing because Klopp's got different tactics in his game book, lad. But what this told me, right? I don't know if you've seen this. There was an ex-Tottenham player that come out and he was saying that Tottenham could win the bloody league, lad, because they were first, right? And
this is what
that's Jamie O'Hara.
And it was blaming me, man. It blew me, man, lad, because I'm like, okay, do you know what that game actually showed? Is what you just said then. He's got one tactic. You can't win the league with one tactic. No. You need to go into every game with something different for each team, lad. And he just didn't want to do that. It was suicide.
But you know what? I'm so glad we put a rest to that, because 2 things, right? Going into the game, I did it combined 11 with expressions. He couldn't let me get Thiago Silva in. He said, we don't take silver, we don't take bronze, we only take gold in Romero. I said, brother, what do you know about gold? You don't win shit. What are you talking about? This is a serious centre-back on your hands, generational centre-back, and you won't put him in. So I said, all right, cool. Clearly, they're in over their heads at this point now. They're great start to the season. They're not going to let me even get a
you can't talk to them. This is why they needed this to happen.
This was necessary just to shut them up, just to calm them down. Abby's been on smoke. Look at how she sent for you, how she sent for Alex, how she sent for you. She sent for everyone. People have been ducking and diving. She's just been shooting.
To play devil's advocate,
this
though, right?
game, necessary.
Ange is doing one thing well. I'll tell you what he's doing. He's getting them on his side. So that's why he's done this honourable.
But that's why, Doyle. But now, that's why the Spurs fans see that as a plus, and that's why they've left the game going, we're so proud of them.
Yeah,
I tell you what, they fought to the last second.
4-1.
Do you know what I mean? That's because of what Ange, but it's because of that. It's because of what Ange has given them and where they're coming from. They're happy to see. And what the credit I will give them is that them 9. They did run their asses off. They worked. Obviously, they played the tactic. The manager done that to them. They carried out the manager's instructions.
They worked for the team.
They worked for the team. So as a Spurs fan, you're going, we had that moment with Son, the disallowed goal from Eric Dyer. Oh, wow, with 9 men, I can't ask for much more than that. We was always going to lose anyway. 4-1's the same as 2-1. That's how they see it.
No, but you know what, right?
I disagree.
I remember, right, I think it's 2 seasons now, not last season, season before, right? We lost 2-1 at home to Man City, Arsenal, yeah? We put in a brilliant performance, right? But right near the end...
Rodri scored.
Right near the end, last minute, Rodri scored. Yeah. Remember, we went down to 10 men, right?
Yeah.
Gabriel was sent off. We were excellent that day. We were dominating City up until him getting sent off. And then we had to just... And then the last minute they scored, right? And we were like saying after the game, you know what? Proud of the team.
You can see, yeah.
Proud of the team, the effort they put in on another day. And I had Tottenham fans going, you lost! You're proud! You lot... These man lost 4-1 in the end of that game.
Should have been 6 or 7.
Yeah, how can you... All right, yes,
but you know what?
You commend the team.
They didn't lose.
I get it. You don't slate the players that are left on the pitch.
No,
slate them in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, if I'm a Tottenham fan, right, which thank God I'm not, right, I would be fuming with Romero, and I would be fuming with Udogie.
Why are they not talking about the capitulation?
You're playing well, and I'd also be fuming with my manager because I'd be like, you can't do that. Yeah. I mean, that's craziness.
Got to be wise.
You can't do that. Not against a team like Chelsea. You can't even do that if you was playing a team.
Can't do that against anyone.
In League One, League Two.
It's insanity.
Mad, and I just don't get where. But even on TV, that's why I know there's a love with Postecoglou because Carragher was bigging him up.
Carragher knows ball as well. I don't know why he was doing that.
The thing is that if it was an attack with just a shred of cohesion and a clinical nature about them, which Chelsea, didn't have. Sterling 3v2, doesn't pass to Jackson. Cucurella could have passed, doesn't pass. Like, there's so many instances. So many instances where Chelsea are not taking their chances. Jackson got a hat-trick, could have had 6. Do you know what I mean?
Should have had 6.
Everyone's cussing. Man scored a hat-trick,
I know.
Yeah, you got to give me
and people are even more unsure of him than they were before.
Yeah, bro, that's what
the one thing you got to give him, right, is that even though he kept going.
Yeah, he kept going.
And he got his hat-trick.
Yeah, but he done a pseudo against.
And he got a 7.2 rating.
Kira Bitsy says Chelsea have now won 4 out of their 5 visits to the new toilet bowl stadium. Spurs gave Poch his P45 while Poch returned the favour, scoring 4 out of 5. And Nazmul says Chelsea should have done what Liverpool did to United, 7-0, he said. Right? Guys, listen, we do have to... We ain't even spoken
we got games.
about the games that are coming up at the weekend, right? And this is the preview show. Don't forget... the Optimax, where you can vote for your man of the match in these games, right? So click the link in the description or scan the QR code. It's free to play, and you can win that $6,500 this week. Free to play wherever you are in the world. First game let's look at is Wolves versus Tottenham. Now, this is not going to be the easiest game for Tottenham now. Going away to Wolves, I know they lost last weekend, but they put in sterling performances this week. And, of course, Tottenham, no Van der Ven now, who's been a key player for them. Went off with looked like quite a bad hamstring injury. And no Maddison. Still don't know how long these two players are going to be out for, but it didn't look good for either of them. The Maddison one, he went down without no one even touching him. And I remember Urian Timber at the start of the season had one like that. Yeah. And he was been out. He's got ACL. And Maddison does have a history of knee injuries. So they're going to be missing those key players. Of course, there'll be no Romero, no Udogie as well, because they both got sent off. This is a tough game for Tottenham.
They won't win. They won't win.
This is the
you don't think they'll win?
Wolves at the Molineux have been a different team altogether, and especially now under Gary O'Neill, who's getting these lads playing football. They are much better. I don't know if Pedro's back. Is he?
I'm not sure.
No,
Kuna,
but if he's
and then
back
you've
as
got,
well.
The other forward that they've got that's been playing really well, He-Chan as well.
He's been playing really well. The way they've been playing, so Liverpool played against them, we just scraped the win, believe me. It was 3-1, but that scoreline did not reflect the game, just about got it. They beat City there, guys, We all know how good City are. They kept them, and they didn't do nothing during the game. And now coming against a depleted Tottenham side, I genuinely, no disrespect to them, don't see anything but a Wolves win. I really don't. The Molineux is a fortress at the moment, believe me. The last 5 games or something. It's a difficult place to go to, lad. They play really tight football. And when the two, and Neto up there, if he's playing as well, with the two lads that we just mentioned, they've got goals in them as well. They're a good side now under Gary O'Neill, and he's showing Bournemouth exactly why they shouldn't have let him go, because you see what's happening in Bournemouth right now.
What do you think? I mean, this is a tough away.
This is the first. So when it's been going all amazing for Spurs and they're top of the league and Ange loving and all that he's deserved. Cool. He's had a big impact. They play better football. Everyone has always said, if they get injuries, if they get some hardship, if they get a tough time, well, this is the first question mark. We're going to see, because the real core of why they're so good, Romero, Van der Ven and Maddison, it's only Basuma missing from that. Obviously, Son's massively important, but that's 3 big cogs of your wheel gone. So I've gone with Hwang to be like the player of the match in that game. And I think they're really going to struggle. I don't know if they'll definitely lose or get battered, but I think it's going to be really difficult for them to win that game.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, Wolves are a sort of team that they like to sort of sit in on the counter as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think Tottenham now, that was always the question. And every other team up there, whether it be Man City have had Rodri out and a couple of others, and obviously we've seen Man United deplete with injuries ourselves. You've had a few out at times as well. Like Tottenham have literally had no injury issues. So now we're going to see.
But look how many at one time, plus red cards.
True.
And Udogie as well.
And Udogie as well, suspended.
So wait there. So what, Ben Davis? So what, Ben Davis, who's going to be centre-backs?
Ben Davis, it will have to be
Emerson Royale and Dyer.
Eric Dyer,
I can't help, but I don't mind Tottenham, but after the stuff that happened to us against Tottenham, I've got a little bit of a smile on, lad. I can't help it, the karma feels good, lads, against them.
Who will play in the 10? It'll be Lo Celso, or was it Brian Gill? The drop-off is mad. So, I don't know. Listen, we'll see how
time for players to step up,
it's true,
who did you put as your player?
I had Son initially, but then after seeing that centre-back pairing, I'm thinking, wow, Kuna. I think Kuna's got to take advantage of that in the middle of the attack.
I'll go for Wang, man. He's good, right? And AGT went for Wang as well. Abby's gone for... Who's she gone for?
She's gone for someone Tottenham, Son, I bet.
Is it? I'm trying to see who is that. I don't know, but
Abby's got... she's gone for Vicario, the keeper.
That might be a good shout. Actually,
so she thinks they might hang on, and because he's brilliant.
That's not a bad shout.
It's not a bad shout. And then maybe they get out with a 0-0 draw or something.
Well on Monday, and they won 4-1.
He's their best signing. He's secretly their best signing for me. He genuinely is.
What do you think? Prediction for the game?
Wolves 2, Tottenham 1.
2-0 Wolves.
I'm going to 2-1 as well. To Wolves. Crystal Palace versus Everton's another Opta game. Crystal Palace, Everton. This is a tight game. This is hard to call. In this one, I went for Calvert-Lewin for my Opta pick. Who have you gone for?
Calvert-Lewin. I'm not sure. Let me check.
But I've gone for Calvin.
I've done the opposite.
Eze's back.
Yeah.
So I've done
Anderson
again.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do it last time, but
Eze, yeah.
I think he will just be a rock there. And
Matisse
if they are going to win, they'll have to defend
Dominic
quite
Calvert-Lewin
well.
and Anderson, they're
going to be up against each other. So
that's going to be boss. That I'm looking forward to.
Abby's gone for Tarkowski.
Yeah, Eze.
Yeah. So but again, that's a tight game. I can see that being a draw.
and Eze's back in it, yeah.
Got draw written all over it, that game.
Yeah.
Manchester United taking on Luton Town at home. Now,
This ain't in the thing, is it?
it's not in the Opta picks. Yeah. But it's in my pick, right? This is a big game. I mean,
You're at home.
come on, surely.
I mean, to be fair,
He looked at me like.
to be fair, last time you was on, you were staring into that camera and you were like, it's gonna be 5-0. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disrespect, but it's gonna be 4. It's gonna be 5.
And luckily enough for me, there was other things that happened during them days, lad, that let it be overshadowed. So
Yeah, that is
very,
true,
Very
yeah.
grateful for your demise and
Yeah.
and Tottenham's, lad.
Yeah.
I will ask for the scout report though, Doyle.
It was-
I'll tell you what, mate. That was supposed. We all
okay.
said that was supposed to be a 3 or 4, comfortable.
Well, should have
Yeah,
been.
what
And I tell you what, our expected goals was 3, yeah. But we had a player called Mr. Darwin Núñez who didn't fancy scoring that day, okay? And so, honestly, I don't know what to think about the lad, honestly. Like, he's like an abusive partner, yeah. I still love him. I still absolutely love this fella. But he just lets me down every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Just lets me down, lad. I just want him to score them tap-ins. So that's essentially our game. They played well. Give credit to Luton on the counter. They were brilliant and we couldn't defend it. And they got the goal from it. And it was a bloody Chong as well, who was a Man United player. I was gutted by it. But yeah, they played well and we just couldn't break them down. And when we didn't take our chances, mate.
Do you think Luton could pull off? I mean, it'd be the shock of all shocks.
I'm going to say no. And I'm not, again, I don't want to disrespect them, but they do seem to lack the most quality in the 3 that have come up. They seem like they've got the least quality. I'm not disrespecting your team. Your ground is amazing. But honestly, surely at Old Trafford, lad, it's Old Trafford.
This is an all-timer if this is a jinx from you.
Flex. It's Old Trafford.
They're not playing very well at Old Trafford.
Yeah, that's it. They haven't
Galatasaray
Playing very well anyway.
Brentford,
No way.
Nottingham Forest,
No way,
Palace.
Look, when it's like this, yeah.
at home to Luton. Come on.
Man United should be beating Luton. That's not no jinx. That's not. Man United should be beating Luton. However, Luton will say, yeah, we'll give that a go.
Yeah, they won't be.
Off the
We're
back of that as
expected
well.
to lose. But the only thing that helps us, which sounds very sad because we're big Man United against little old Luton, yeah, is that it's a big pitch. Like, so for you know how they play at Kenilworth Road, tight, in your face, on it. They can't always replicate that. Teams struggle to them teams down there struggle to replicate that at the bigger grounds. But mate, the way Man United are moving, I don't know, mate.
Come on, man.
1-0 Man United.
Wow,
Comfortable.
That's it.
Jeez Louise,
Oh no! You think if we are? You think I could be like, yeah, 3-0, comfortable after?
Yeah, because it's Luton.
Nah, they
No.
can't. After the performance.
What do you mean? We played Sheffield United.
Hoyland alone should
Yeah.
be ripping it up.
No.
I think United will win that, especially after losing
To Copenhagen.
Probably
Probably going out.
And we actually played well for the last part. 1-0 tight.
Your team
Probably
needs
going
to
out the
bounce
Champions
back.
I think that would be about 3-0. I really do.
We don't do that to anyone.
No, I think that will.
I'm going to give it a 1-0, me.
I'll
1-0.
say 2-0.
Yeah.
But Rasmus Højlund's got to start transferring what he's doing in the Champions League into the league.
Yeah,
Because
but
on Friday-
it isn't. I'll be honest. It's going to sound like I'm just like taking it all off him, yeah. But obviously, I'm not afraid to call out players. You know, I'm not. In most of the games, like, they haven't been playing to him at all. Like, he's feeding off absolute scraps. He's doing what we call the graveyard shift. You know, one day the last DJ on and everyone's mash up and everyone wants to go home and you've got to do the last 45 minutes when no one's listening, no one cares. You're just doing that shift. He's just doing doggies. He's having to fight defenders, not giving him any chances. Wingers aren't providing. Champions League, I don't know. He's the top scorer in the Champions League. He got 5 and 5, or 5 and 4, something like that. 4 and 4, whatever it is. So the guy can score goals, and the goals that he was scoring, poachers' goals. Be there, drop the shoulder, then I get a tap in. Those ones look like just a tap in, but it's a good art. It's a good art. So the guy can score goals, but in the Premier League, Man United have not been giving him anything. I felt quite sorry for him. But you're right, we need to get him more involved.
Yeah, Arsenal taking on Burnley at home. Burnley, again, have been
Sorry, Vincent, mate.
on a really, really poor run. Arsenal, of course, very comfortable winners over Sevilla last night. I have to say, Listen, I'm disappointed because we won the game. But sometimes you're thinking, a team like Sevilla, I'm expecting to see more. They were so bad. It was like,
I'm sick of the sight of Sevilla. I'm glad you done that to
They
them.
didn't have a shot until the 96th minute.
Hate Sevilla.
The 96th
They're trying to go
minute.
to the Europa League.
I was about to say,
And then they're going to win it.
About it. Yeah, when you will see them play good, is when you come against
if you have to play
Liverpool
them
in the Europa League and they'll beat us probably.
They had 2 touches in Arsenal's box in the whole game.
That's terrible.
Where are they in the group? Do you know? Are they third? Are they bottom?
Bottom of the group now because they just lost.
They're a proper Europa
They
League
just lost
club,
back, but they can still get into the Europa League.
And they can still win.
But they've lost back to back to us. They were really poor. But Arsenal, got in a couple of goals. Still more injury problems because it was Eddie Nketiah not even in the squad last night, so he's out injured. But Trossard came in, and Trossard scored yesterday. And I would expect Arsenal to beat Burnley. Got to bounce back after the defeat against Newcastle and a home game against Burnley.
No
we're
better
supposed to
game
get
to do it,
done,
mate.
but it's the Premier League, like you said earlier.
Yeah, Liverpool, Luton.
It will be done.
Because Burnley are a good attacking team, but I would
away
expect
from home.
Arsenal to win that
4-0.
one.
Yeah, 3-0 that for me, lads.
Bournemouth
4-0.
taking on Newcastle in the 5:30 kickoff. Again, I think we all expect Newcastle to get the job done, even though they had. I tell you, it was a good week for me.
Yeah.
Newcastle, after beating us and them shooting off their mouth, they went down in Dortmund. United lost, and Tottenham. Right, I was like, hey.
You're beefing Newcastle now.
Yeah,
I'm beefing them after the game,
it's
man.
time, bro. It's time for them to have beef.
Nah, it's too early for Newcastle to have beef,
not
man. I
like
saw
that.
Matty Brennan's Instagram. They were like, look how far we've come. We're just so happy to be
wait there.
Yeah.
Wait there. You know what? You know what? I'm with
Don't
you.
let
You
that
can't
fool
let that. You actually. I saw that. I saw that same thing, and I dropped him a like, and I thought, oh, Matty, big up, Matty. Then afterwards, I went, actually, no, bro. There's only one Bruno. There's only one Bruno here, mate. Yeah. And it ain't yours. There's only one United now, mate.
Very slick,
Is that supposed to be a Geordie accent?
No, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
He's
but
very slick.
bro, they
He
need
was
to be
taking
humble.
the mick
bro.
out of me up
They
there.
need to be humble.
Yeah.
And then all the other Geordies as well, right? They were taking the mick, right? And I'm like, let's go.
Nah.
Love VAR.
It's fine.
All right.
Deuces now.
Do you know
lad.
why? Do
Deuces,
you know why
bro.
you're saying
Deuces.
that? Do you know why you're saying that?
Because they're my oil brothers.
Not just that. Oh yeah,
Big
that.
players now,
that. But because like last year you were like 12, like wages, you haven't been near in that. You haven't got there yet.
They haven't taken anything from them yet.
So obviously we're all in top
They're
4
big
battle
players,
last
man.
year. They're going for league, whatever. They're robbing big points off. Like, you
hear it.
gave up long time, so there's nothing to do with you.
And
When you start moving
But
up,
also, like,
And they're big players, man.
I feel,
and they're a
I
good
feel like
side.
I've got so many enemies up there. Liverpool, Arsenal,
Bro, you got
United,
another one, you just don't know it yet.
Tottenham. Like, I don't have the
all
same
right, I just want
energy
you
for
to know,
Newcastle
I need you to
because
know
where
that.
we
Clip that.
can't take it, I need them to
Bro,
play a part,
all
bro.
right, cool.
Chelsea will never ever have support in the north, okay?
We never did.
And
We never did.
lads.
When have you
do
guys?
not look for love there, okay? Do not look for love
is
there,
the
lads.
last place I'm coming to for any sort
Never.
of support whatsoever. No chance.
Okay, Aston Villa on the Sunday. Aston Villa versus Fulham. I think we all expect Villa to bounce back and win this game. They're particularly strong at home, even though they lost last weekend as well, away at Nottingham Forest. There was a lot of surprise results.
they got dunked on as well. They didn't even play well.
That Nottingham Forest though was not a surprise to me, mate. That
Yeah, they
ground
play
that
well
they're
there,
playing.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
it only City, Liverpool, and I think might be Arsenal or somebody else. Don't quote me on that. I'm at AGT. I'm not making a fake stuff. I'm just guessing. and them are fourth, lads. So they are. It's a fortress, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
It's
no,
difficult
we
to go to.
Villa were
lost there.
really poor
We
in
lost
that game.
there.
Hard place to go.
Let's go to Brighton versus Sheffield United. That's another one of our Opta match picks. Again, everyone will just automatically assume that standard win for Brighton. Who did you pick, Matisse, as your...
I went with Asu
Player of the
Fati.
month?
Asu Fati, he's been really good
That's who I
recently.
went with as well.
Really, really
I went
impressive.
with
I
Fati as well.
really like what I'm seeing from him. And even if Brighton don't win it, I feel like he'll have a say in the game. But Brighton, yeah, they've not. I mean, as you said quite clearly the last show, 1 win in 8. They're not playing brilliantly right now. And
If they don't beat Sheffield United, would anyone raise their eyebrows? Is what's going on here?
no, I would
it's just
raise
little,
my
it's
eyebrows.
fine,
Yeah.
it's little old Brighton.
No, they
Yes, I
must
would.
win that game.
Just
yeah,
asking,
yeah.
just asking,
100%.
just asking.
We will definitely
You got a real
eyebrows.
hate against
Yeah, I'm joking.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's like Newcastle, I guess, but Brighton have been like slightly as well, getting a bit. They needed a humbling.
You don't want to keep loving these guys who are coming for our spots. That's up to you, mate.
When they're doing well, everyone's nice to them, lad. So now you're the big
just
boys
have the same thing.
You're the big boys now, aren't
Do you know what
it as well?
It just goes to show, no matter what the club is, every fan base is capable of being arrogant and being like assholes. Everybody thinks, because they're Brighton,
football.
Newcastle, all these teams, they're just going to just be nice all the time. Bro, no, they're nice because
I've been up there. They're telling me you've seen the seagulls now. I go home. They tell me that. I've been there. I'm getting licks every year. I got no sympathy now.
Did you see what Luton tweeted to Darwin Núñez?
No.
Yeah, Darwin Núñez put on his Twitter account, I missed the summer. And they put underneath it, that's not the only thing you miss, mate. You know what I mean? I was like, little Luton. You know what I mean?
This is social media. It's crazy. But I don't know. I got Matoma. I just went with a player that I know will definitely start, because I know sometimes they rotate a little bit. Sometimes Fatty don't start. Sometimes João Pedro might come in. Ferguson.
I would have picked Ferguson. It's his type of game, lad. Physical, strong little lad on it, so we can get in there.
So you don't even know who's going to start.
That's what I'm saying. But Matoma
you don't know who's going to
start.
start.
Yeah.
Got so many players available.
Yeah, I think I went Fatty as well. But don't forget, you can make your picks. Chance to win $6,500, which is up for grabs this week. Get involved with the Opta Max and Opta 5. Click the link in the description and the QR code on the screen. Couple more Opta pick games just before that. Liverpool versus Brentford, standard win?
No, never is against Brentford. Every time we play at their ground, they're like a bogey team. But at home, we beat them last year 1-0. It's never an easy game for them.
Disallowed goals in that game, I remember that.
Yeah, they are a quality team, and the goal that we did score was a scrappy little crap one. So I'm not expecting an easy game on Sunday, no matter if it's at Anfield at all, mate. I'm not.
Okay.
The one thing for us is they haven't been scoring as many goals, and they're still not the team of last year, and they're struggling to find the form a little bit. But they've picked up some results. So
beat West Ham.
I think it'll be the same type of results. I think it'll be a scraping of 1-0 to Liverpool. Genuinely, with a Mo Salah goal or something.
Okay. West Ham versus Nottingham Forest. This is another Opta pick game. West Ham, again, another team that suffered a defeat last week after, again, they're one of them teams as well.
Brentford, yeah.
Up and down.
Nottingham Forest, great win last week at Villa. Who did you go for?
Yes.
Who did you go for? I went for, in this game, I think, who did I go for? I went for Owen.
I went with Kudus. Kudus scored a great goal.
I went Kudus as well.
Yeah.
That's who I was going to pick. Kudos.
I think West Ham will bounce back.
The goal that he scored was ridiculous.
See, it was like a side kick, overhead kick.
Scissor kick. It was nuts.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable finish. Yeah. West Ham are very inconsistent right now.
But both teams. But they are trying to. I feel like David Moyes is trying to incorporate their good players, which is a positive sign if you're a West Ham fan. I think I would, if I was a West Ham fan, if I was Nicky Hawkins, I would accept like a bit of a trade-off through this little period where how do I find a way to get like Ben Rama in there, Bowen, with Kudus, with Paqueta, like I've got a lot here and I want to try and utilise that and make us a better team for the long run.
But whenever Moyes goes against his own principles,
it struggles.
It starts to struggle.
Yeah.
When he goes back to doing what he knows, which is Antonio up front, direct, counter-attack,
back
low block, they get their results. Yeah, Souček. So it's the ugly players that he does better with. And in the summer, who did he want? Maguire, McTominay. Yeah. They wanted Gallagher as well. Like, these are Moyes type players. He doesn't want your fancy, flicky players.
Yeah.
So,
but at least he's trying. So,
they're trying.
But that's why I think they're a bit off at the minute. Cause but they haven't been bad. They're losing by 5 margins.
That's for sure.
Paqueta's playing well as well. Paqueta's running into the ground a little bit now.
Playing for that move in January.
He is, lad. You can tell he is.
The final game of the weekend, and just obviously we go into an international, another one after this, right, is a big game. Matisse, Doyle, take it away for us. Chelsea versus Manchester City.
I don't see anything other than a City win here, lad.
I love when Doyle does
genuinely,
this.
like, straight away, lad. I'm going to tell you now, the fact that you's only just about, he's just about, watch me quiff, bro. He's just about got 4 goals against a depleted 9 men of Tottenham who are playing an extremely high line. The team is so rash, they don't wait for the right moments, they don't pass in the middle, and I tell you now, Rodri's going to be man of the match because he's going to dominate your midfield, lad.
But they haven't really taken a beat down to any of the big sides, innit?
No.
They drew with us, right? When a lot of people thought that we
should have won that.
True. Yeah,
right? They drew 2-2 with us. They've beaten Tottenham.
Drew with
Liverpool.
Yeah.
You haven't played United, have you?
Not yet. Soon come.
I think if Tottenham would have had 11 men,
one game at a time, mate. You just worry about Man City.
That game we better win.
Against the very biggest teams, they raised their game and they've not been sort of taken apart by any of those teams. They haven't lost to any of those.
That's fair, but I'd say just to add context to it, Arsenal on the game against Chelsea, they just went themselves, didn't play the football. They got an unfortunate penalty. Yeah, Tottenham, if they had 11 men, I think they would have smoked Chelsea. Genuinely, the way that first 20 minutes were going, they would have slotted a few goals against you. So I think yes, they have performed well when they need to, but this is Manchester City. Okay, this is City. When they need to perform, they do, and they can beat a team like Chelsea who don't know what they're doing quite at the moment.
What I will say with this game is going into it. 6 games, last six defeats. We haven't scored against City apparently since our last Champions League final against them, which was under Tuchel, right? 8 goals conceded in 6, no goals scored. We haven't scored a goal. So City have a serious run in on us. Like, they always pepper us. They always beat us. And it's, do you know what? It's not even a 4-5. It's a 1-2 and then we'll leave it. Like, it's actually quite disrespectful.
They let the game just
Then they just keep it.
Worse sometimes, isn't it?
Then they just keep it. I don't know which game I hate more. Whether you get absolutely battered or they go second, they get the second goal and they just start playing it.
They're both just as disrespectful as ever.
We played them 4 times last season, lost all 4. So I get it. I'm not going into this game thinking, this is another one. Tottenham, Arsenal were those. This is a little bit more of a humbler. This is the only game I predicted in the 7 where I said we.
Yeah, you got to just.
Also, the other ones not to be honestly, lad, Stamford Bridge just not being itself.
1 win out of last 13.
Wow.
1 win out of last 13
Robbie.
at Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge is like an away ground for them at the moment.
So
you drew with Liverpool there. You drew with us there.
Yeah, but 1 win out of the last 13.
Right, but what a draw, maybe.
If you get a draw against City, that'd be a great result.
I'll take a draw, 100%. As long as we can go into the international break with a pep to our step, pardon the pun, I'll take
Question for you, what battles are you going to win on that pitch to win that game?
We need to win the James Doku or James Grealish battle. And listen, James has handled the best. Vinicius, he's gone up against the best. So Doku, I know everybody's in their Doku bag right now. He's so flamboyant, and he's but listen, he is 100%. However, let's not forget, Reece James is a serious player. Like, this is not a joke. So
Doku got locked off in our game when
he did.
When
exactly.
When he came on.
Yeah. So listen, I don't know what Pep will go with, but I need Reece James to handle that, and that'll be a great battle. And then listen, Haaland's not been great against us when he's played. I'm more scared of Alvarez. Like, Haaland, when we come up against Haaland, we tend to actually do quite well against him. When we played against Alvarez was cooking us, getting goals in the cup constantly, like banging them in. I think Haaland, I don't know if he even scored against us last season. I think we may have been the only team he didn't score against.
So you think you handle him?
Well, I would hope so. I've seen games where Haaland's not played well. I've seen games where Haaland's been anonymous, where he's... Rodri's the problem.
That's the one.
Rodri's the problem.
He's gonna dominate.
And this
Caicedo time.
Caicedo time, and Enzo needs to step up as well. He wasn't great in the last game, but that's going to be a serious battle.
I think you're missing out. I think.
And Cole Palmer. Let's we got threats. Let's talk about Cole Palmer against his own club.
Yeah, right, that's fine.
Cole Palmer.
I wasn't going to say him, mate.
Listen,
I wasn't going to say him.
Cole Palmer.
Bernardo
Baller.
Listen to me.
Baller.
Yeah. Listen,
I wish he went to Spain.
I hate City. Yeah, of course I do. But him, listen, it's different.
I don't like that guy at all. He disrespects Liverpool so much.
Top draw. Obviously, Rodri's just going to get off the back 4. You know what I mean? Half turn, can't get the ball off him, never going to give it away. Bernardo's going to be the one who causes serious problems. If anything, I'd rather stop Bernardo than Rodri.
I remember putting him in the combined 11 when I was with Turkish and Big Steve, and I put Bernardo in over Odegaard, and people were like, why? How can you?
All day.
Odegaard is a great player, but Bernardo Silva is better. Yeah, Bernardo Silva is unbelievable. He is he's got everything.
If he has a good game,
everything.
If he has a good game, Man City will 1,000,000% win, because when he has a good game, he's at the centre of everything.
He can score, no problem.
He can lay man in,
no problem. Dribble pass, 2-3,
that's what I'm saying.
No problem.
So, he's the one. He's the one who you really have to concentrate on stopping. Not Haaland. Obviously, they got threats all over the pitch, but
you got to cut the service.
He's the real.
Raheem Sterling, though, maybe he's been having a good season.
Cole Palmer's the one. I want Cole Palmer against his old club to be like, this is why you should not have sold me.
Yeah, good game. Some super chats here just before we find out who's everybody's picks. Kara Bitsy says apparently Raheem Sterling could face a ban for appearing to throw a missile back into the crowd during Chelsea's chaotic Premier League clash.
I did not see that.
Do you know, I saw the video
today.
I saw the video. This is backwards. They throw something onto the pitch at our players, and we underarm it. I saw him underarm it back in.
What, into the crowd or off the pitch?
Back into the crowd.
No,
you're not allowed to do that.
No, hold that. No. You must. You can't. You shouldn't.
But you get banned, don't it?
Yeah. Okay, but then they should be banned for throwing it. Am I going to go in? How do you do the Thai accent? Because I'll go into Thai mode right now. How?
Your Thai accent is.
Bro, please put the message out there for me on my behalf in the Thai accent, please, bro.
The difference, the problem with that is, lad, if he throws it back into the crowd and there's a little child watching the Chelsea game, lad, and it bounces off his head.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying, lad?
Who did that? Was it Carragher, wasn't it? Who threw the coin back into the crowd?
I don't know.
I'm sure it was Carragher.
Listen.
Was it?
Yeah, he got a coin thrown at him, and then he threw a coin back into the crowd. I'm sure it was.
Can't condone that.
He got banned for it.
Either way, it's bad.
Fans shouldn't be allowed to throw things onto the pitch.
No,
definitely
not. Because there's so many of them as well, and they just usually get that one guy and eject him or whoever it is. But a player, if you incite, like Bruno was doing a madness yesterday. Well, it wasn't doing a madness. He was going, well, I ain't taking the corner. He's doing that. You know what Bruno's like. Yeah. They were throwing all lighters and the thing at the corner flag, and he's moving them away. Then they start throwing more. So he's walked away. It was one of them, my safety's compromised. I'm not going over there. But then it makes sense. They're throwing more. But I don't blame him.
Can I just say, why is it in this sport, though, it's so accepted?
It's allowed, 100%.
You don't throw things onto the basketball court. You don't throw things onto the tennis court. You don't throw things... You don't even go to the zoo and dash shit into the cages, bro.
No. Like, you can't find them. That's why, like, it's difficult to
find them. Only football.
In football, you could just throw anything.
Doesn't happen in basketball,
it hits
NFL,
players, they're
baseball,
bleeding
nothing.
coins off their foreheads, no problem.
Pathetic.
And then when they throw back, it's like, oh, we got to ban them.
Some more super chat said, Black Grealish says, DR are on so much smoke, they must have a big fat one rolled up, he says. Todd Miller says, Chelsea play well against the top 6, but City, he says, 3-1 to Chelsea. And Karabitsi says, thoughts on Anthony Taylor. Last week gets relegated to the Championship and gives a horrible decision in the Championship and is rewarded by taking charge of the Chelsea versus City game. And I do know...
He's doing that game. He just doesn't...
I know that
my team needs to put out a statement, bro.
I know you lot don't...
No, seriously.
Before the game.
We have come into contact with this referee so many times.
You lot don't like
and he does not fuck off. Every single big game, we have this guy refereeing. The only reason why it wasn't for the Tottenham Chelsea game because he got pushed down the league and then he made a mistake. He should be in League One. He should be in League One. And then he should be in League Two. And in the conference.
That is a bit mad, that, you know.
It's ridiculous.
Why is he mad? Why is he...
And there's always a beef between Chelsea and Anthony Taylor.
I can't stand this guy. I cannot. You know what? For this game, we're finished. Just because he's refereeing, we're finished. Finished.
Yeah. Hold on.
That's my gal. That's my gal.
Don't use that. All right. Your Opta max pick for this game, guys.
Rodri for me.
Rodri? You going Bernardo Silva?
Silva, no Thiago.
Again, I had Thiago Silva, but the script says Cole Palmer. The script.
Is that your script, yeah?
That's script, buddy.
We need. Do you know what? I just need Cole Palmer to perform.
You love him, innit? I
love Cole Palmer. I love him already. He's already one of us.
Abbi went for Doku. I've gone for Foden. They said that you went for Thiago Silva.
I did go for Thiago Silva. Yeah. I did, but I want Cole Palmer.
I've gone for Phil Foden. He's another player that's he's been.
See his goal in the Champions League, mate.
Yeah, he's a great player. Great player. Don't forget that this week there's $6,500 up for grabs in this competition. So get involved with Opta Max and Opta 5. Click the link in the description, scan the QR code on the screen to join the DR Sports League and compete against us and other DR Sports subscribers. We've come to the end of the show today. Get well, Abbi, out there.
Get ready for Monday. Get well.
Get ready for Monday.
Relax so you can come in on Monday.
Flex. Good sport for coming on, mate.
We go again. We go again, mate.
We're getting a lot of cooking this season.
Bear, loads. And then when I do win, it's nothing. I've not yet had where I can come in here strutting. Like, I could see a hold that. When I do win, it's crap. So I just got to sit here and just lucky I'm not involved, or I'm getting cooked.
Yeah.
No in between.
Even this one, I couldn't really. Like 9 men, you know what I mean? It's like
I need a clean one. You see you, Matisse, hold that, or Liverpool,
do you know what?
I need a proper.
It couldn't have happened to two better teams, like United and Chelsea. Wonderful.
I need like a 3-0 at Old Trafford, so I can just come in on some serious smoke.
Anyway, you'll be able to find out what's happened over the weekend in the weekend's games right here on DR Sports. Of course, we've got the Saturday football show. AGT will be back here hosting that brilliant show. I think we've got a watch along, haven't we, for the Chelsea Man City game, so you want to check that out. The FCM show, which is brilliant. That's on every Sunday. They'll be rounding up the game straight after. And then, of course, on Monday, the weekend roundup. It's going to be really, really interesting going into that international break. How will Tottenham get on? How will United get on? How will Arsenal get on?
They're saying your mic died. I don't know if you want to take mine.
My mic died? Yeah. It's all the cooking. Burnt out, man, from all the cooking. But no. So I'm looking forward to all of those games, right? So make sure you check it out here on DR Sports. Subscribe and also get involved in the Optimax game. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code. It's free to play and you can win yourself some money in the process. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Flex. Thank you, Matisse. Thank you, Doyle. And we're thanking you as well. And we'll see you next week.